And welcome everyone to the iceHQ ice rink in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, where we are being privileged to watch the A-grade round 4 beer league competition between the Eclipse and the Bumble Bees. Round 4, Eclipse currently with no wins. No, I tell a lie, not no wins, we'll get that right. Eclipse with 1 win, 3 losses, and they're on the bottom of the table. Bumble Bees with 2 wins, a loss and a tie. They'd be pretty keen to consolidate and move themselves up to contest with the Kings with 3 wins, which we saw them play last week against the Camaz. The Eclipse will be pretty keen to get themselves off the bottom. If they can, they might get themselves above the Camaz and level things out. This is a precursor to next week's Pacific Hockey League games between the Melbourne Ducks and the Brisbane Rampage, who will be here on Saturday, puck dropping at 5:45, and on Sunday, puck drops at 3:30. Get your tickets. It will be a rampaging good time and a hell of a show. The league we have here for the Pacific is fantastic, and those two teams will be red hot, and it will be an absolute cracker. But tonight, we've got the A-grade beer league, and we've got the Bumble Bees in the blue and orange, and the Eclipse in the red, white and black. Players to watch out for the Bumble Bees is Matthew Manning with 5 points, Sean Cavanagh with 3 goals, and for the Eclipse, Sean Campbell with 4 points, and Connor Sidali-Arali, who's not playing tonight, with 2 points, so we can't watch out for him because he won't be here. Not terribly useful information that, but the warm-up is just underway now. Typically the way it works here at iceHQ is the referees place the nets, but a little bit short-staffed, I think, by the look of it. So we've got the players with a little bit of extra warm-up. 60 seconds now to go till the puck drops. It's non-stop time here for the beer league. So with 50 seconds to go on the clock of the warm-up time, what will happen is at 16 minutes or 45 seconds from now, the puck will be pretty much dropped, and the teams will be running the clock down if they are not ready on time. So they're warming up at the moment. As you can see, 2 teams with reasonably full lines, which makes a nice change for the poor guys last week with when the Kings, they only had 3 on the bench. That makes it pretty desperate even in the third period when everyone's legs completely runs out on them. 20 seconds now to go to a puck drop. They're all doing that stretching thing. They haven't read the new science. They don't stretch before a game. It's just silly, but they're going to do it. Old habits die hard, and the stuff we were taught as kids is not always right, but that's the way it goes. So referee tonight, Ross Fisher, he's floating around somewhere just about to come out on the ice for the drop of the puck, and we'll be getting underway very shortly. The horn blasts. The Eclipse playing from left to right, Bumble Bees right to left for the first period. And the 16 minutes to go on the clock. Non-stop time. This is beer league rules here at iceHQ. The biggest difference is that icing is an unusual setup here. You don't get a stoppage for icing. The game continues unless there's an infraction. So if the puck gets cleared down for an icing, the forechecking team has to wait at the face-off dots until the defending team has recognisable possession before they can apply pressure on them. So it keeps the game flowing. Works quite well. Does mean there's no real loss of an icing thing, so a defensive team can ice with a bit more abandon, and often they do, as we're underway now with the first period underway. Bumble Bees with possession in their defensive zone, just playing a little bit of D-to-D through into the neutral zone, and lost in the neutral zone, a bit of to and fro. Eclipse get the puck now. Eclipse will be pretty keen to get some early points on. They want to get up from the bottom place on the ladder if they can. Just moving around. Just intercepted by the Bumblebee defence and still stuck in the zone, but they managed to clear it out, and now there's a little bit of a one-on-one break for the Bumblebees, but it's closed off nicely by Eclipse, and a little bit of a lull. And there's one of those icings, but it's not such an issue. You can see the game continues to flow. We don't get that stoppage from the icing in the defensive zone face-off. So it's not nearly as bad as it would be in most other leagues, or most other rules. It's also a non-checking league here, the beer league at Reservoir at iceHQ. There is contact. We're essentially playing under what used to be Rule 169 in the International Ice Hockey Rules, but it's now Rule 101.1. I'm reliably informed. They moved everything around on us and changed some phraseology. Essentially, you can hold your ground, but you're not allowed to deliberately separate someone from the puck. There's neutral zone standing off. The puck moving around quite well for the Bumblebees. And shepherded into the corner, and a trip. Referee's hand goes up. It's number 78, Jesse Moore for the Eclipse. Will be spending 2 minutes in the box. The mandatory tripping rule applies if your stick knocks someone over, whether or not you meant it, and whether or not it was contesting the puck. It's an automatic 2-minute penalty. So Jesse Moore over to spend 2 minutes in the naughty room to contemplate what he's done and feel shame, and then he'll be free. defensive zone face-off for the Eclipse now. They'll be under a bit of pressure with 5 Bumble Bees buzzing around, waiting for the opportunity to try and jam the puck in the net. But good aggressive check there by 23 Ben Maher from the Eclipse, just shutting down Muir on the point. And Eclipse get their box defence all organised. A little bit of a shot on, but a good clearance now for Eclipse. And Bumble Bees have to go back and get it. Maher with an aggressive move there on the penalty kill. He's moved right up deep into attack to put some pressure on the Bumble Bees. It's a risky thing for him to do, but he's back checking hard. And hand goes up for another penalty. As soon as the Eclipse get the puck, we're going to see what happened there, and we'll have a 3-on-5 now, as 2 Eclipse will be in the box. And I didn't see what it was for, but it's Long. So it's number 81, and that is Kieran Long into the box as well. So now you will see a 3-on-5 penalty kill for the Eclipse, and they'll have to set up a little triangle, and their job is just to get the puck and clear it out as best they can. Puck drops underway. Eclipse win it back safely. They've got an opportunity to clear it out, rimming around the boards. And they haven't quite managed to clear the zone. They're under a lot of pressure now with 2 players up, but now they've got the puck and retrieve it out with, and that's Ben Maher breaking it through and has a shot. Sorry, I tell a lie, that was Sean Campbell, and he has a shot on, which is in the 3-on-5. That's a pretty brave thing to do, but they've regrouped and got control. And then the Bumble Bees are coming in now with pressure through the neutral zone. Just holding it up on the point as they break across the other side, trying to get the Eclipse moving. Not too much time, only 20 seconds left on the first penalty, and then we're back to 4-on-4 as there's a bit of puck movement, but the goaltender there, Kieran Brown, covers it up nicely, and he'll just take his time. And they've got 14 seconds to run, and my guess would be by the time it gets to drop of the puck, they'll be back to 4-on-4. 8 seconds now to run. Puck just about to be dropped, and we will have 4-on-5 in just a second. And sure enough, here we go, back to 4-on-5, so a more conventional 4-player box defence. A shot on by Moss, I think that was, from the Bumble Bees, but it just went off to the side and gloved comfortably by Kieran Brown. Bumble Bees get a change. Muir and Moore on in D, and we've still got 5-on-4 with about a minute left to go in the penalty. Get that back up on the display, we'll be able to see it again. 33 seconds to go on the penalty kill for Eclipse. They've done pretty well so far. There's only been one significant shot on, especially when they were down 3-5. That's always a tricky place to be. But Eclipse have done a good job of killing this penalty so far with 20 seconds to go. Still not much in the way of dangerous shots on. And that's Jesse Moore doing some good work out on the point, just preventing Moss from getting a shot on. 15, I'm not even sure who 15 is. 15 doesn't seem to be on the team list for the Bumble Bees. Maybe they've been swapping jerseys around, not telling us. We'll find them $100,000. But anyway, it's all good. And the penalty now over. We're back to 5-on-5. As Kieran Long busts in around the corner, tries to put the puck in front of the slot, but the Bumble Bees clean it up with some nice positioning by Tristan Muir, breaking it out. And just staying behind the net. The Bumble Bees now breaking it out around the side. It's still caught in their zone, haven't cleared it out yet. Nice forechecking by Eclipse. They're being fairly aggressive at the moment. Not happy with the way they're playing, but it does open them up to a move if someone gets past those high moves. And so far, they've been able to get away with it. So it's a high-risk strategy, but they need to take risks to beat this team. And if they want to get up off the bottom of the ladder, they've got to score some goals. Another good piece of attacking pressure by Eclipse now that they've got their 5-on-5, and the goalie for the Bumble Bees, Ant Collins, with his work cut out for him, he's down there wearing a red jersey, so slightly out of uniform. A nice opportunity across the net. The Bumble Bees get a bit of a defensive lapse by I think that was Bolton, who let the puck come straight through his feet, and the Bumble Bee number 8 in Dean White was well positioned but couldn't quite tap it in. Now the Eclipse break it out, cross-ice pass, and they're setting up for a move across the middle. Good shot across the net, bounces off the goalie, rimmed around, but no one in the slot to pick it up. And so Campbell comes back and plays it out. Up ice with plenty of space, the Eclipse. As Justin Ortivi goes in to try and clean it up. Shot in from the point by Masters is nullified, and now we have a 2-on-1 to the Bumble Bees, but it's blasted off into the corner. Brown comes out to challenge. It's a pretty brave thing for him to do. There's a big gap in front of the net if they get a shot on, but he's managed to shut it down. A bold move. Sometimes fortune favours the brave, and in that instance it certainly did there for Brown, who came well out of his net. As the Bumble Bees with another chance to get a shot on, and they fire it in, but popping around in front of the net, not able to coalesce on that shot and jam it in. But number 56 there, Justin Ortidi, with another piece of strong net presence, trying to jam that puck into the net, but it's still not going in. Referee has his hand up for a penalty. You suspect it's on the Bumble Bees. As the Eclipse now move in to try and score a goal with Sean Campbell moving around the slot, and the penalty now blown as the Bumble Bees take possession. And now we'll have it reversed with the Eclipse with the power play. Bumble Bees having to kill the penalty. Not quite sure what that one was for. I didn't see the infraction. But whatever it was, it's 2 minutes in the naughty corner. And we'll have an offensive face-off now for Eclipse. Phil Trin in centre at the moment for the Eclipse to take the face-off. Bit of a legend around here at iceHQ. It's jack of all trades, does all of the production for a lot of things. But unfortunately, Eclipse spill the puck out from the point, pass out to the point. A little bit messy on their setup. But they get it back in again. No, all right. Forechecking pressure by Bumble Bees. And so far, not an awful lot of attacking going on in this penalty kill for the Eclipse. They've wasted a bit with some sloppy passes. Still unable to settle it down. Chris Lurie not quite able to settle it as well, but he manages to take control of the puck now behind the net for an opportunity for the Eclipse to break it out. And they settle through the middle with Chris Lurie just trying to go around the outside, but he's picked off there by Pino, who's doing a good contest on the boards and manages to break through. And now they just, the Bumble Bees dump the puck all the way down, and the defensive pairing for them will get a change. 1 minute and 10 to go on the penalty. Eclipse so far unable to get a shot away. Good defensive work by the Bumble Bees, showing why they are second on the ladder at the moment on round 5. And they ride it back into their defensive zone. A nice pass up, but it's cut off by Shane Bolton, who tries to get a shot across, but still not much going on in this penalty with 45 seconds to go. They haven't really had much of a chance, but now they get a shot on in the slot, and that is Shane Bolton again, getting in tight. Puck bobbling around in front of the net, but the Eclipse unable to really capitalise on a little bit of net front chaos there that they created. It's not quite with the dominance of the slot that they need at the moment. 25 seconds to go on the Bumblebee penalty, and the Eclipse now probably with their last breakout. It's not looking too bad, but it's picked off again with just a little bit of sloppy handling. They're trying for some stretch passes, and they're not quite managing to close them off. Now we've got 12 seconds to go, and they've got an opportunity for a shot here, and they take one. Goes fans across the net. That was Matt Campbell fanning across. Now he's got another chance. Passes across to Kieran Long, but he's not able to get the shot in, and the puck comes all the way out. And Kieran Brown and goals will just rim it around the back of the net under some forechecking pressure, and that concludes the penalty. We're back up to 5-on-5, and the Bumblebees looking for an opportunity to score there. White blasting around, comes out to 99 Wayne Gretzky, who is of course not 99 Wayne Gretzky. He's wearing 99. That's Ant Collins. And he fires the puck in wearing the forbidden number. But he passes it straight into the bread box of Kieran Brown in goals, and nothing comes of that. So number 99, of course, a number that should never be worn. He's chosen to. And 69 too is on the ban list. If you've seen Shawsey, you'll know why. Puck comes out now from a defensive face-off, and aggressive chase there initially by the by the Eclipse. Ben Maher bolts down. He's a big man. He's got some speed on him. A bit of forechecking pressure onto the Eclipse to try and rattle them up a little bit and keep them contained in their zone. But it doesn't work, and now it's back through the neutral zone, and Lowry picks it up for the Eclipse, but still tumbling around in the slot. Loose puck there for Bumblebees, but no one able to capitalise on it. Looking to break it out now. The Eclipse across ice pass. Some nice puck handling there, but not quite able to finish it off. And now White with an opportunity in the corner, but Bolton closes him down. Better push and shove, and now the Bumblebees set it up behind the net, and they've got an opportunity for a shot, but a little bit fancy puck handling as opposed to getting the shot on the net. Now in Gretzky's office, he's not Wayne Gretzky. White misses and fans one out just slightly to the left. Brown there was a little exposed. He went blocker side, but just a little bit too high and missed the net. Puck all the way down to the other end. No icing called, and the Bumblebees will bounce it out as they get a change. down in their defensive zone, the Bumble Bees. 4 minutes to go in the period, and it's still 0-all. 3 shots onto the Eclipse, 6 to the Bumble Bees. Let's see if anyone can break the deadlock in the first with 3.5 minutes to go. Puck just bobbling around in the neutral zone as the Bumble Bees get a change. It's a bit messy in front of the boards. Puck coming now for an opportunity for Bumble Bees into the corner, and it ricochets off Kieran Brown into the corner. A bit of a 2-on-1 battle for the Bumble Bees. There's Jesse Moore in there battling for it, and now the Eclipse break it out. They've got a 3-on-2 situation if they use it, but they choose just to carry the puck into the corner and get corralled around the back. And now looping around the back of the net is Brian Masters, but he's caught by 3 Bumble Bees and nowhere to go. Bumble Bees break it out, but still kept in the zone by the Eclipse. 3 minutes to go. Can they get a shot on? No, that nice pass across the middle, but owned in the middle zone. And now we have a 1-on-none situation, and the goalie again coming out, Kieran Brown, for the Eclipse. He's done a good job so far. He's taken some risks, but they've all paid off. And the puck's gone all the way down now for the Bumble Bees to try and break it out again and get some composure. 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go, and it's stolen from the Bumble Bees in their defensive zone, but played out into the neutral zone. And we have an attack by Eclipse. An attempt to do a little bit of a run around the side, trying to his best to protect the puck was Matt Campbell, and it's resulted in the goal there for the Eclipse. I'll let you know who it was in just a second. I think it was Campbell's move around the outside. We'll get a replay of that in just a second, and we'll see how it actually panned out. But Campbell moved in, held the puck wide, and managed to create some space for himself. It's a classic hockey move, that one, where you put your puck between yourself, your body between yourself and the puck, and loop around and try and create the angle. And he's gone around the back of the net. You can see on the replay now, pass across into the slot, and it's finished off beautifully by the unmarked Jesse Moore. So Jesse Moore gets the goal on that one. Just the man in the slot, always the danger player, and the Bumble Bees a little bit slack, not in closing that option down. Game underway again. There's not much in the way of a stop. When we get a goal, it's pretty much go straight back into it. And with 1 minute and 50 to go, the Eclipse are up 1-0. The Bumble Bees have been stung and they want to get it back. See if they can get the momentum. So far, it's been a bit topsy-turvy this game. It's a breakaway now for the Eclipse. It's a 1-on-none, and no goal. Beautiful save, and that lovely little move by Kieran Long was just swallowed up by the goalie there. Not sure who the goalie is. They don't have him on the team sheet here, and we don't have a number on him, so he might be ringing from another team. Does happen here sometimes at the beer league. The goalies don't actually get put on the team list. But here we have a Bumblebee break, and it is Ant Collins, 1-on-none. Deeks almost does the Gretzky. He's wearing the number, but he hasn't quite got the shot. And Kieran Brown swallows that one up. So we are still 1-0 to the Eclipse after a little opportunity there by Ant Collins, not quite able to be capitalised on, and we have 1 up to the Eclipse, and the first period just about to finish as we have face-off in the defensive zone now. Puck bobbling around in front of the slot, very risky, but Kieran Brown swats it out. Good move from him there. He saw the puck and wore it nicely. Puck into the corner now, and that is the Bumblebees breaking it around with some speed. They're trying for that one last opportunity. They've got 30 seconds to go, probably 2 or 3 opportunities. If they can get a shot on, they really like some momentum coming into the first break. The breaks are only a minute long. You don't get much time, but if you can come into the break with an even score, it's obviously better than losing into it. But Eclipse with a breakout, 14 seconds to play. Can they get the shot on? They do, but it goes over the top of the net. And nothing there apart from a bit of pressure relief. And with 6 seconds to go, neutral zone play, can the Eclipse get one more shot on? I don't think it's going to happen at this point. They've got less than a second, and that winds up the first period. At the end of the first, Bumblebees 0, Eclipse 1. The Bumblebees with 8 shots to the Eclipse's 5. It's been a bit messy. The teams will, I'm sure, start to combine a little bit better throughout the second. But there's been some sloppy passes across the ice. Under pressure, of course. It's easy to say that when you're not under pressure. But when it happens, you've got to keep your head screwed on. Get those passes going. The break here is only 1 minute. The teams just barely have time to have a quick hello. The goalies change ends, and then we will be underway again very shortly. So the production here brought to you by Spacequake, who are the production company that also take care of the Victorian and South Australian transmissions for the Pacific Hockey League here at iceHQ and over at the Ice Arena in Adelaide. They do a fantastic job, and we're very fortunate to have them here with us tonight. We're doing some rehearsal work in preparation for next week's clash between the Melbourne Ducks and the Brisbane Rampage, which will be a scorcher. Those two teams very even, and they're 1 and 3 on the ladder at the moment. No, I tell a lie, 1 and 2 on the ladder. So it's a battle for top place. Rampage with 4 wins, a loss, and the Ducks with 5 wins and an overtime win. Ducks so far undefeated. The Rampage will be pretty keen to knock them off. We're just about to get underway now in the second. Whistle blows for the puck drop. Eclipse this time playing right to left, and the Bumble Bees win the face-off. Playing it through a long stretch pass and the hand up for icing, but it's waved off once the goalie has recognisable possession. I like the way Kieran Brown's playing. He's aggressive. He moves around a lot. He needs to be a little bit careful he doesn't overexpose himself, but he's doing a pretty good job on the whole. His risks have been calculated and they've worked well. And Collins there stealing the puck from the rush from the Eclipse players, and they go down to break it out. Good forward-checking pressure by Bumble Bees. And, they've got the puck on the point, but now the Eclipse breaking through the top of the defensive zone. Skating through the neutral zone is Jesse Moore, looking for an opportunity to pass across the slot. Takes the shot himself and puts himself headfirst into the boards. He's not hurt by the look of it, but a little bit stunned perhaps, a bit slow to get back to his feet is Jesse. No hand up for penalty, it's just one of those things. Looks like he just lost his fluent edge there as he went for the shot. No harm, no foul, no. We do have a foul. They'll get that right, and that is Ant Collins wearing number 99. Well, he should be in the penalty box wearing that number. It's been retired. You shouldn't be wearing Gretzky. Anyway, it's got Gretzky's name and number. Maybe he's a fan. I don't know. So we have a power play now for the Eclipse, and they win the face-off. A little bit messy, but it comes back to Ma, who gets a shot in through traffic, and it's gone in. Ma with a beautiful shot through traffic, capitalising straight away on that power play. It was only active for a few seconds. And you can see there the face-off win leads to the puck just bobbling around back. Ma with a nice quick wrister. Snapshot. No one saw that anything at all. The goalie didn't have a chance. He didn't even see that coming at all. And bang, in she goes. If you can take a goalie by surprise, that's where a lot of easy goals are. Which is to say no goal is easy, but certainly the opportunistic goals come from that. It doesn't make the highlight reel, but a goal's a goal. So Eclipse now 2 up. They'll be pretty happy with that, but 2 up is not much of a lead with 13 and a half minutes to go in the second. Bumblebees have been, will no doubt be a little bit cranky now because they're not expecting the situation, and they get a break through the neutral zone, popping out the front. Tristan Muir looking for an opportunity to pass across the front, loses his footing. He puts his glove into the net, but it's not a goal, it's a glove. And now they're pacing it around in the corner. Shot up to the point by the Bumblebees, but again bobbles around behind the net, not able to get the shot on. And Brown with no need to do any work as it goes all the way down the other end, hand up for icing. No icing wiped off, and the Eclipse there lost a little bit of an opportunity. They had a 2-on-none, but didn't quite manage to wrong foot the goalie. Perhaps a little bit surprised that it happened. Now they get another opportunity breaking through with Stokes with an opportunity, passes back to Sean Campbell, and the puck rimming around. They're looking to pass it up to the point. Maybe a pass across to the middle. There's no loose players in the slot now. This time Collins owning that slot and making sure they don't have that loose player floating around, as the Eclipse with another shot across the front. But Bumblebees do a good job of tidying it up, and now they break out through the top of the neutral zone. Goes across to White, who's looking for a pass across to the middle. And the Bumblebees will loose player in the slot, but he's well tied up now by Brian Masters, not letting that player have much in the way of space at all, as the Eclipse come back the other way, and a 1-on-2 moving around the outside is number 22, and that's Campbell, unable to make anything particularly useful of it except add some fatigue to the legs of the goalie, as the Bumblebees now break it out. A little bit messy still, not quite getting those combinations and passes working, but now some nice individual skill work by the Bumblebees, but Brown again up to the task. Not quite sure who that was who carried it in for the Bumblebees, but it was a good little individual move, but he couldn't quite finish it off. As Long breaks it out, but it only goes across straight to Collins, who returns the favour and back through into the neutral zone. A little bit of footwork going on, but Phil Trin now breaking it, trying to break through the neutral zone, passes back for a little bit of control, but the dump down the other end is wasted. And up for icing. And so now the Bumblebees with a little bit of time and space to break it out. Trin trying to forecheck on Muir, and does so and steals the puck well. He's got an opportunity now, 2-on-1 with Muir, but he's picked off by Batsakulis Nicholas. And it was a good opportunity there for the Eclipse, but not quite able to finish it off. It's good defensive work by the Bumblebees, and now they're down the other end, but not with numbers. It's pretty much even at the moment. So Eclipse at the moment playing a pretty good game. They've taken their chances when they were there. And at the moment, a good opportunity, though, for the Bumblebees. But Kieran Brown's having a pretty good game. He's managed to save everything that's come at him, obviously with a scoreline of 0. And there's been a few shots. He's had 10. And he's done well. And he's also nullified a few chances as, once again, Ben Maher fires in a rocket. But it's straight into the Bumblebees goalie and no score. And we will have a face-off with about 10 minutes to go in the second. The Eclipse up 2-0. Do the shot clock in just a second. Be interesting to see how they line up for their penalty, for their defensive zone face-off. 10 minutes to go. We're almost exactly through, and 10 shots to the Bumblebees, 8 shots to the Eclipse. So it's pretty even in that regard. I've been impressed so far. Ben Maher's had some good opportunities. He moves quick. He's a big man, but he's fast and very mobile. But once again, Kieran Brown doing the job for the Eclipse as he nullifies a good move by 65 Dylan Moore, who managed to punch his way through the Eclipse defence, but not able to get a good shot away. 15 from the Bumblebees now. Has a little dribbler shot. He had an opportunity. He stood up and perhaps waited a little bit too long before he fired it in, which gave Brown way too much time to get ready, and the Eclipse defence too much time to get organised. You've got to get your shots on quick, but they have a point man unmarked at the moment in Ant Collins, and he gets the puck now, fires in a low slap shot, a deflection there by... Why isn't there a 15 on this team list for the Bumblebees? There isn't a 15 on this team list for the Bumblebees, but anyway, it was a good deflection, but he went high above the net. It was a good opportunity, not quite able to capitalise on it. The Eclipse being a little bit cute, but probably just because they're looking for a change and trying to get some time. The boys starting to feel a bit of fatigue as we have 9 minutes to go. Some heavy breathing on the bench. And we have White for the Bumblebees, making his way past Campbell, but again down. Kieran Brown tidies it up. He's the 6th player on this Eclipse team. He's having a scorcher of a game. He's doing a really good job of controlling breakouts and dominating everything that's got down there. And as a result, although there's been a lot of opportunities there, the Bumblebees have not had clean possession. Bobbling around at the top of the defensive zone. And Nicholas Batsakoulis with another shot in from the point. Doesn't go in, and the Eclipse looking to clear. Still in the defensive zone. Now they clear it out, but picked off by Batsakoulis again. He's doing a good job of back-checking and controlling that neutral zone. And reading it well, and now he has the puck looking to break it out. Plays up ice to Victor. And we have Dane Phillips just dispossessed as he moved across the front, not quite able to get a shot on the net. So the shot clock again not going up for the Bumblebees. They're fighting for space in front of the slot, but so far not able to capitalise on it. Now they have an opportunity shot for the point from Moore. Has a shot in through traffic, but it just hits a short pair of pants and it bounces out. And now the Eclipse with a 2-on-3, but it's cleaned up by Moore. He wins it nicely, wins it out along the boards. But Eclipse managed to keep it in, but Campbell's shot swallowed up by the Bumblebees from the Ovechkin spot. And we'll get a brief respite and a defensive zone face-off with 7 minutes to play. 10 shots for 2 goals to the Eclipse. Bumblebees with more shots, but unable so far to get through Kieran Brown, who's been a bit of a wall. Helped out by some pretty good quality high-pressure defence by the Eclipse. Phil Trin forechecking hard, putting the pressure there on the Bumblebee defence, but they get control now and break it out. And that's down for the Eclipse to break out. Unable to get control of it there was Chris Lurie, and he is dispossessed, and puck still stuck in the defensive zone for Eclipse. They'll be pretty keen to get it out. They've been down there for a good 10 or 15 seconds. And pass through the neutral zone, out to the neutral zone, out to Trin, and they get a bit of a breather there. Phil Trin gets in the way of a clearing pass, but they're not able to capitalise on it. And big stretch pass now. We have a 2-on-1 to the Bumblebees, but they found the shot. little bit of a lost opportunity there. And they have a 2-on-1 and not quite able to pick up those bobbling pucks as Campbell pings it in from the post. Sorry, Collins pings it in from the posts. But again, he's got to get it on the net. It's just not coming in low and hard. And so they're not getting those opportunistic rebounds. Bumble Bees perhaps a little unlucky there. It's the puck moving around in the slot, but Eclipse in numbers. They are leaving the point on alone a little bit, and Collins with another opportunity fires it in wide, looking for a redirect by Thompson, but unable to get his puck stick on the puck and deflect it in. It's a good move when it works, but you've got to be able to own that position. And Phil Trin doing a good job there of pushing and shoving and owning that space. Collins with another bit of puck movement, trying to get that shot in. Just dumps it into the corner, trying to get some movement behind the net. He saw there was no opportunities now, and the puck comes out again to the point for the Bumble Bees. And Rimmer back in around to Thompson, who's looking to try and put it in front of the slot, but it's broken out now, and the Eclipse finally get some space, and we have Trin breaking away from the forecheck on Collins. And now we have a little bit of an interesting situation with the Bumble Bees breaking through, but the Eclipse got back quickly enough in numbers to shut it down. That would have got Kieran Brown's heart racing. Puck in the corner, and Collins with a shot. He's come right in from the point with an opportunity there for the shot in on the net, but not able to capitalise on it. Good bit of push and shove in the slot, as Matthew Campbell not being any pushover, that's for sure, but they've got to watch out for that loose puck in the slot. They're doing a good job of owning that space and making sure that Bumble Bees never get any easy shots, but they've still got possession on the point. That's a little dummy fake pump shot, fake slappy from the Bumble Bees, but it's swallowed up again by Brown. And we will have a defensive zone face-off for the Eclipse. The Eclipse currently leading 2 goals to the Bumble Bees 0 with 4 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the second in this battle between the Eclipse and the Bumble Bees. Puck drop are underway now, out to the blue line, for the Bumble Bees, but unable to capitalise more with a good shot, but it went through traffic and bounces out. And the Eclipse with an attack, but it comes all the way back, and it is eaten up by the goalie, who will freeze the puck for a defensive face-off now for Bumble Bees with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the second. They'll reset, get themselves ready to go. Can the Eclipse get another one of those quick shots in from the face-off through traffic, like they scored their second goal? It wasn't that long ago. That was a penalty. But, Bumble Bees now break it out, but unsuccessful. It's pinching in was Campbell, and he managed to maintain pressure for a little bit, but now the Bumble Bees with good possession, but caught and forced well wide by Masters. And Bumble Bees with an unmarked point man. They don't want to pass it to him. And he's sitting out there waiting for an opportunity to shoot, but Bumble Bees not able to take advantage of that, and we have a one-on-one now, breakthrough by Connor, and he's dispossessed, and the Bumble Bees goalie will swallow that up. Connor a bit disappointed, he thought he had that one. It was a good move, good little puck theft through the defensive zone, and away they went. 2 minutes now and 40 seconds to go. Still 2 goals to the Eclipse, none to the Bumble Bees. The Eclipse want to win this one to get themselves off the bottom of the ladder. The Eclipse would like to get up, and little dribbler across to the goalie, who plays it across to Collins. Just a little bit cheekily, Deeks. And then Bumble Bees moving it up through the middle, through the neutral zone well, but we have an offside. And as a result, we'll have a face-off just outside the defensive zone for the Eclipse. Bumble Bees on the attack in this one. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play by the time the puck hits the ice. See how this one pans out. Who's going to win this face-off? Puck goes down, and the Bumble Bees win the face-off cleanly. Cross to Collins, who makes his way through traffic. And not sure if he was tripped there or not, or just fell over. Some body long got in the way. And not quite able to capitalise on it. Collins picks up the puck from a bit of mishandling in the neutral zone by the Eclipse, creating an opportunity for Phillips, but unable to get that shot on. And Brown again untested. Eclipse now breaking it up, breaking out, but just still caught in. Mar not able to close down Bakatoulis, who gets a shot on, the loose puck bubbling around in front of the net, but Eclipse a little bit lucky there to clear it out. Larry got down on his knees to try and protect the zone and did a good job of blocking, but they've got more scoring opportunities, and someone's going to be filling that one. As puck goes straight into a pair of shorts. No one's falling over and counting to 2. Still stuck deep in the attacking zone for the Bumblebees, but a break now comes out, and we've got Collins and Marr, but Marr breaks away, realises he's not going to win the foot race, and Collins plays it all the way up the ice. Big stretch pass, but it's straight through everyone. And the puck all the way down the other end. The quickest thing on the ice is always the puck, and we just saw that very much in play. There's Phil Trin now trying to break through some traffic. Unable to at this point. And Bumblebees with possession in the neutral zone. It's a little bit chaotic as players trying to deke and find their way through. And nice shot across the net by the Bumblebees. Second chance, but third chance, still not able to put the puck in. I think the Bumblebees are a little bit unlucky there. That time Brown was a little bit caught out. He'd had 2 saves, but the third one was really he was going to really struggle with. But now the Eclipse regain possession, and they've got a 1-on-none, and that is 78 in Jesse Moore. Can he put the puck in the net? The puck bobbling around. They were unlucky there, the Eclipse. I probably thought that one was going in all the way, but you got to finish it. And a good desperate back check by the Bumblebees, and that winds up the second period. We have a lead of 2 goals to the Eclipse, none to the Bumblebees. 13 shots on for the Eclipse and 18 to the Bumblebees. And Kieran Brown doing an amazing job there. He was a bit lucky later on in the second with about 2 minutes to go when there was a lot of loose puck and quite a few quick shots on the net. But he managed to get in the way. And then the loose puck wasn't pounced on as effectively as they needed. The Bumblebees, a little bit of unlucky stuff there for them. But Brown is having an absolute ripper of a game. And can the Eclipse hold on and get themselves up off the bottom of the league at the moment? They are currently sitting down the bottom with 1 win and 3 losses. If they can win this one, they put themselves up in front of HK Kamaz, who are also on 1 and 3, but with slightly higher percentage at the moment. So the Eclipse pretty keen at the moment as we've got 10 seconds to go in the break. Just enough time to have a few deep breaths. And now just reminding you all, if you're watching this, that next week we do have here at iceHQ some of the best hockey you will see in Australia, and that will be the Melbourne Ducks taking on the Brisbane Rampage in round 5 of the Pacific Hockey League national competition. It has been a fantastic contest so far, and NHL rules. Come down and watch it. It is some of the best hockey you will see in this country. Puck about to be dropped now for the start of the third. 2 goals up the Eclipse. And Eclipse just win it back and get possession. Always a nice thing, but not quite able to control it there. A little bit of a fan pass by Jesse Moore. And Collins goes in and cleans it up for the Bumblebees, but it's still in the attacking zone. Not quite able to break it out. Bumblebees trying to clear the puck through deep in their defensive zone, but they clear it out now, but it's only dumped back into Eclipse in the neutral zone, who tied it up. But now a nice forecheck by Moore. Sustained pressure on the Bumblebees. This is probably not what they were expecting from Eclipse in this game. 15 minutes to play in the third. It's non-stop time, so it doesn't matter what happens in this game. The clock keeps ticking. Puck all the way down to the far end. No icing called, so Eclipse having to break it out under pressure. And they successfully do so, but not particularly neatly. They do have a point, drops it in, and now we have a counter-attack by the Bumblebees through the neutral zone, but it's bounced off. But unfortunately for Eclipse, Wong managed to pick it up. But again, Kieran Brown showing superb athleticism, but shot in by Moore, and that has rung onto Jesse Moore. He'll be feeling that one. And he comes over for a change with a pretty decent bruise from a puck block in the middle of his defensive zone. And he's feeling that one. He's shaking his head. He's a bit uncomfortable as Bumblebees reset for a move through the neutral zone, but unable to get a good breakthrough. Lots and lots of traffic and good defence by Eclipse. They're back in numbers. They've got a lead to defend, and they're going to do it. Doesn't mean, of course, they're going to win it, but they're certainly going to defend their lead. Nice shot into traffic by Moore, but unfortunately it rebounded, and now Eclipse had a 3-on-2, but unable to capitalise on it. Just a little bit of a fan pass. Puck comes back into the slot and cleared out again, and now we have a 1-on-1. Long's got to close it down. 1-on-2. Pass across, and this time, that did not go in. I don't know how that didn't go in. That was the magic of Brown, but unfortunately for him, the second time it came around, the Bumble Bees tied it, got a good shot in from the Ovechkin spot, and that was Jeff Thompson firing one in. As Brown certainly saved the first one and the second one. It was a pretty good effort from him, but the third shot came in and he just didn't have an answer to that. You'll see it on the replay as Thompson fires it in, and not much that Brown could do about that. He'd already saved two. You expect your goalie to stop the first one and maybe the second, but the third shot, you really got to clear it out. And the Bumble Bees were there in numbers, and the Eclipse just not quite able to deal with it. But they've still got a lead, 2-1. The shot clock telling an interesting story now. 22 shots to the Bumble Bees to 13 for the Eclipse. And they get another chance to try and shoot it in. But this time Brown not challenged. Stokes looking to clear it out through to Ma, who dumps the puck into the corner for Eclipse. And tied it up by Nicholas Batoulis. And the Eclipse breakout. Nice break through the neutral zone, but picked off. No, Collins comes in on his own. Deeks and shoots. And Collins evens it up, and we now have a 2-2 game. Nice little move from him. Sucked the puck in a little bit closer to himself, and then went top shelf glove side. And this time Brown couldn't catch it. So we're out to 2-2 with about 10 minutes to play. Can the Eclipse salvage this one back into the win that they wanted? With 11 minutes and 40 seconds to play, and it's 2-2. And Bumble Bees with another move down the middle. They've just picked it up in the last 5 minutes, raised the tempo a little bit, and Eclipse haven't really been able to respond. Collins with another shot in, but it bounces off an ankle or a skate or some other piece of paraphernalia. But the Bumble Bees with sustained pressure, and Eclipse not really able to respond much apart from dump the puck out. Now that's an alright strategy when you've got a lead, but now that it's all tied up, they're going to need to be a little bit more constructive rather than just dumping. But if they're under sustained pressure, that's an easy thing to say and a very hard thing to do. Puck now behind the net for Bumble Bees, breaking it out. A very aggressive three-player forecheck by the Eclipse, and they retain possession. Can they get a shot in? A little bit messy across the front, and no, it's stolen by the Bumble Bees, who now break it out. And a little bit lucky there was Campbell, as Bumble Bees cross-ice pass. They're going for this intercepts quite a lot with a lot of high stick stuff, and it's a pretty high-risk strategy. When it works, it's very spectacular, but when it doesn't work, it's pretty disastrous, and that's resulted in a number of odd-man rushes for the Bumble Bees as back they come again on yet another attack, and this is another 3-on-2, as Eclipse not doing much about it, but Eclipse a little bit lucky there to get away with that. Long tidying it up. They had a 3-on-2, and there wasn't much in the way of forwards back checking for the Eclipse. It's a real beer league thing. Forwards will be forwards, and they're not going to back check whether you like it or not. Certainly not that time. As the two defensive players a little bit fortunate that Larry could tidy that one up. And a little shot deflected across the front by the Eclipse. But, here we have a 1-on-none for the Bumble Bees on the stretch pass. And Brown closes that one up and manages to shut down the little move there from the stretch pass to Steve Lichter, who not quite able to get around Kieran Brown. Kieran's had a scorcher. Bumble Bees with about 25 or so shots on now. And that could have been a real game changer there if the Bumble Bees had taken the lead. But it's still 2-2, but I've got to say at the moment, Bumble Bees with all the momentum have picked it up. And they're individual players, but here come the Eclipse, but it's a 1-on-3, and that's always going to be a big ask, especially when you've got Collins coming back on you like that as well. So the Eclipse just need to pick up their intensity a bit, make sure that they're there in numbers. They were in the first two periods, but they've run out of legs a little bit in the third. They do have a full bench. They don't have the excuse of there's only three of us. Bumble Bees do have a line and a half on their bench, so that does help. Collins now breaking out around the back of the net for the Bumble Bees, and he's sort of another one of those aggressive checks. But back in significant numbers. Someone's firing the puck at the commentary box. Back in significant numbers there were the Eclipse, and they tied it up. Puck out of play. So we'll have a brief break. Not going to get that puck. It's actually come all the way out of the rink and onto the grandstand. But running the clock down now. 8 minutes and 35 seconds to play when the puck gets dropped. So we just try and find a good one. Ross Fisher, the referee today, the owner and manager of iceHQ. It's been his vision to be part of this Pacific League and the setup of the Melbourne Ducks, and we owe him an enormous debt. His passion and dedication to our community here at iceHQ is second to none. As Bumble Bees again on the attack, can they get another shot on the net and another goal? They've got numbers in front, and Collins fires it in from the point. It's a good thing he's done those really low, hard shots, which just sets up deflections and rebounds through traffic, which makes Brown's job very difficult. But it bobbles up in the air this time, and the puck behind the net for the Bumble Bees, and the Eclipse break it out cleanly. This is their opportunity now. They've got a 3-on-2. Can they make use of it? Bumble Bees back in sufficient numbers to tidy it up. Eclipse wrapping around the net looking for opportunities, and they've got a chance now with a loose player in the slot, but not quite able to capitalise on it. Was more. It was a good chance. But, just that little loose puck. Another shot in from the point by Masters, but again not quite able to capitalise, and it was all swallowed up by the goaltender. Some good play in the neutral zone there by the Bumble Bees to take the puck, and they've still got possession in the offensive zone. And again, Brown forced to deflect the puck into the corner. Bumble Bees with sustained pressure. And it's a loose player, just sort of bobbing around at speed, and a good opportunity there to try and shoot the puck off the back of the net by Bumble Bees, but Brown a little bit lucky that it didn't deflect in and just kind of went all the way through the slot and popped out the other side. And it's out to the Bumble Bees on the point. Good disciplined play. It almost looks like they're playing against a penalty here. Bumble Bees just unable to clear the puck out of the zone. They managed to move it away from the slot at least. Battle in the corner now. But Bumble Bees still with good puck control, maintaining possession. Those little individual battles. It's at this stage in the third when you have to win every little individual battle. They're just not winning them. So a good shot in from the point, but it was high, and Brown managed to at least get it down to the ground, but the puck's still alive. The referee calls no foul. The play's still alive as the puck's in the corner. Bumble Bees winning those individual battles, but Eclipse finally managed to clear it out, and they'll be pretty desperate for a change. If they want to win this, they're going to need to pick up their intensity. Currently 31 shots to 15 to the Bumble Bees, 2 goals apiece. So you can see the great job that Karen Brown's been doing there in the net has been really keeping Eclipse alive. And they do need the win here to get themselves off the bottom of the ladder. And if they don't lift the intensity, it's not going to happen, as Bumble Bees come in now in numbers again, and they're just getting into loose positions in front of the net, unmarked. So they've got a loose player just sitting in the slot looking for the opportunity, and there it is. White just floating unmarked, gets the pass across, taps it into that, and makes it look all too easy. You'll see that on the replay. But White just totally unmarked, sitting in the Brad Marchand Memorial position of just outside the crease. Puck comes bobbling across, and there's nothing Kieran Brown can do about that at all. The Eclipse defence just out of position and not tidying that up. So they need their centres to be back there and fixing that up. And obviously they're tired. But now Bumble Bees out to a 3-2 lead with 5 minutes to play. 32 shots to 15. As the unpressured now Bumble Bees on the breakout. Play the puck deep to an attack. There's no icing on this one. Brown having to go back and clean it up. He's left on his own behind the net. But finally the Eclipse get back to tidy it up. They're getting those stretch passes, the Bumble Bees, and they're getting a lot of them. It's the Eclipse D pinching right up and getting caught out of position. They're just not reading the play as well as they need to. But Ma with an opportunity, but Muir steals the puck back through the neutral zone. And referee's hand does not go up for a penalty on Trin, despite what looked like a trip. And another what looked like a trip, but not for Chris Lowry. And yet another save by Brown. He's getting a hell of a workout into today. The boys are going to owe him a beer. As Bumble Bees just dump the puck into the corner. A few of their lads get a change. Trin behind the net, trying to break it out. Just really good forechecking pressure by the Bumble Bees. No one able to really do anything particularly constructive as Collins passes up through to another rush by the Bumble Bees. They've done this a lot in this third. This time the Eclipse with a little bit of time and space to move on the breakout. And Masters on the forecheck, puck bobbling around, and still but the Bumble Bees managed to break it out. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to play with a 1-goal lead to the Bumble Bees. If the Eclipse can get a shot on the net in this little opportunity, they'll put themselves back in play, and they do get a shot on, but it just pops around the back of the net. owning that slot. But nice little intercept there by Moore, who pings it in, but it deflects off the back of the net, and no save required by the Bumblebee goaltender as Campbell goes back to pick up the puck. And this time he's got time and passes to the right, a big long stretch pass into neutral zone middle ice. And unfortunately for Kieran Long, he runs into a wall of Bumblebees, and the puck goes out of play, and we will have a face-off deep in the offensive zone for Eclipse. With 3 minutes to play, they're 1 goal down. They need to score in the next 30 seconds to a minute to make a game out of this. They led 2-0 at the end of the second, but Bumblebees have come back with a vengeance in the third and just outplayed them with speed and numbers in places where it matters. But, Bumblebees pressure, but they managed to break it out now. And Chris Wong plays up through the middle zone, but Bumblebees, the Eclipse miss on another stretch pass, and as a result, it's just running the clock down. He's just getting a little bit frustrated, I think. They had this game and probably thought they were a chance to win it, and to be fair, they still are. There is 2.5 minutes to go, and Brown looking to come off. He's floating all the way up, looking for a chance to get off the ice and give the Eclipse the 6-man advantage. But now he comes back as Bumblebees with possession and numbers. Another 3-on-2 attack as Eclipse has changed a little messy. So Eclipse finally managed to get back and tied it up, and this time they have an opportunity. But they carry a lot and didn't pass as much as perhaps they could have. And as a result, they get caught offside. And Bumblebees get the pressure relieved. There's a little opportunity there for them, but they didn't capitalise on it. Bumblebees, there in numbers, they saw the situation and raced back and fixed it, whereas the Eclipse have just been a little bit casual in their back checking. A little tired. He's late on a Monday night. 1 minute and 35 seconds to play. Another opportunity in the attacking zone for the Eclipse, but Bumblebees break it out. In White, looking for an opportunity. This time he has numbers back. The Eclipse have numbers with him. Collins deep in the corner for the Bumblebees. Looking to play the puck out, but he's dispossessed. And now Eclipse with a high-risk pass across the ice, but they need to take those high risks. And no foul called on what looked like a little bit of a trip there. And Dane Phillips tries to do something creative for the Bumblebees, but all the Bumblebees need to do now is just consolidate. There's only a minute to play. They've got a 1-goal lead. If Eclipse are lucky, they can bring it back to a draw, but at this point, the way they've been playing. But now they have a 2-on-2. Pass across the ice to Sean Campbell, who's looking for an opportunity, covered up by Collins. Collins, nice back check, closes it all down. And he looks to break it out. Just turning and ducking, diving behind his net. And with 35 seconds to play, we have a icing call. And with the goalie pulled from the Eclipse, they need to take advantage. There's 25 seconds to go. They have 6 men on the ice for the 5 of the Bumblebees trying to sort it out. Collins now with 15 seconds to play. All the Eclipse really need to do is just dump it down the other end. And here it is in 87. He's going to just tickle the puck in, and that's the empty net goal for Alan Moss. Bumblebees take it out now to 4-2, and that concludes this game. So the Bumblebees winning 4-2 to the Eclipse. The Eclipse had it all early, but in the third they fell apart and the wheels came off, and just Bumblebees were there in intensity and numbers on too many occasions. So that winds up round this particular game of the Beer League here at Reservoir at iceHQ. Thank you to Spacequake for production. And remember, next week we have at 5:45 p.m. puck drop for the Melbourne Ducks versus the Brisbane Rampage. Tickets on sale on the website. Do your search engine thing. And game on Sunday, puck drops at 3:30. And those two games will be absolute rippers. Both teams have played against each other already up in Brisbane. Melbourne only just won them. They were pretty close contests. They were hard-fought affairs. Neither team prepared to take a backward step. Brisbane have got some big boys. And the Ducks, no strangers to a little bit of push and shove either. So it'll be a great game. So that's it for us this evening here at iceHQ. We hope you enjoyed the presentation of this A-grade game. And we will see you here next week for the Pacific Hockey League.